In this video, I'm going to discuss one of the most common things that actually ends up happening to operators who end up not being successful in this industry. So if you're interested, make sure to stick around. What is going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, my name is Serg. Welcome to the channel. To all my reoccurring viewers, thank you so much for all the love and support that each and every single one of you have shown me. If you have not yet, make sure to go check out the God Made podcast on all streaming platforms. Feel free to also go check out Legion Assisted Living Academy and Legion. Check out the mentorship link down below where you can schedule a one-on-one with me. And also, if you have not yet, make sure to go follow us at Valley ALF Ventures on Instagram. Also, feel free to check out the website. That link will also be down below. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the topic of this video. One of the most common things that happens when operators take over an existing business, and even just when they start off their first residential assisted living, they've gone through the entire process, they've gotten a zone, or they just take one over that they haven't had to do much with. And the main thing that happens is they don't work on getting out in the community and start marketing. So what can you do in order to actually help with the marketing and what you'll need to do for your home? And depending on where your home's at, the very first thing that you can actually do is if you're off a main road, let's say you're a corner house and you're able to actually face one of the main roads, or if you're able to talk with one of your neighbors that actually has a corner lot, and see if you can go ahead and put a sign out there. This is one of the most simple, cheapest ways to market your business. You would be surprised how many care homes actually don't do this. And the reason being is because sometimes they are literally in the middle of the neighborhood, so they're not able to actually advertise or get their neighbors to allow them to be able to put like a sign up, or there's some type of permit that they're not able to get with the city to put up the sign. But if you happen to be one of these homes, and oftentimes there are a lot of these homes, and your home may actually be somewhere, you could actually just go ahead and put it on your front yard. There's neighbors that pass by all the time. There's people that come in and out of that neighborhood. They will see that sign and they will recommend you to somebody, or even use you themselves, right? Or they have family or loved ones that they can place in your home. Second thing that you can start doing is doing some legwork. This will probably be the most cost effective, but take up the most time. Meaning you can go and start networking with other operators in your area. You can go and start networking with placement agents. You can start networking with case managers, going to these different meetups where these owner operators actually get together. And let's say there isn't one within your area, start forming one, start getting together monthly or even bi-monthly, however you choose to do it, with these operators and talking about the different resources, the different issues you're running across. If it's staffing, if it's caregivers, if it's managers, whatever the case may be, you can discuss this type of stuff. And not only that, but have each other's backs and be able to lean on each other for different things. Maybe it's even getting referrals, right? These other care homeowners, these other owner operators may be getting contacted and they're full and you have a vacancy or multiple vacancies. They can start referring over to you. But if you actually never reach out to any of these owner operators, how are they even supposed to know? They may not even be aware of the fact that you're there. So if you go ahead and start reaching out and doing some of this legwork on the networking aspect of it, you will start seeing some true success on running your business. Third thing that you can start doing is actually advertising online. Now, this is the most expensive, but takes less time. And you have to have a really good idea of what you're doing when it comes to actually targeting the right audience in a geographical aspect. Facebook ads really work the best for this because the population that you're trying to target is mainly on Facebook. They are not the ones that are on Instagram, so don't waste your time with Instagram. When that shifts, when that demographic eventually goes to Instagram, then you can start advertising there. But you will mainly want to focus on geographic, and that's where Facebook ads is able to actually help you a lot because you can actually narrow it down within certain radiuses of your facility. And what I tell people a lot of times is you want to be able to be within a 10 to 20 minute radius of your facility, right? If a family needs to travel more than 20 minutes, well, it declines drastically outside of that radius when when they want to move their loved one in. And so, they oftentimes want to be able to stop by, coming home from work, or they're going to church and they're coming from church, and in between church, they want to go and see mom and dad or grandma and grandpa. That's what they want to do. And so Facebook ads really works well to be able to do that. Now, if you don't have the marketing budget for that, the first two options is where you want to put a lot of energy and time. And what you also want to be doing is making sure that you get involved, if you can, and you're able to, get involved in the local different groups, right? Whether it be church, whether it be like the swap meet, or different places that you can get involved in and go and market yourself and let people know what it is you do, where your home's at, what service you're providing. And that is how you're able to build up a network of people who will contact you for when they have somebody that they can place in your home. I think a lot of people have this misconception that get into this business, that they think that all of a sudden you have this beautiful care home, right? You've put in all these renovations, you have ADA compliant bathrooms, you have private bedrooms and private baths, or even just private bedrooms, and you have all these high-end finishes, these beautiful finishes in the home, and they expect people to just come knocking at their door saying, hey, I want to place my loved one in your facility, right? That is the misconception that a lot of people have. For some reason, people think that the marketing doesn't need to be done, and that because they have a facility, they rely heavily on the fact that they think people are just constantly looking. When you're in an area that has high demand, believe it, there's going to be quite a bit of supply, meaning there's going to be a lot of care homes within that area. And so when they're going to go ahead and Google, right, if you don't have any kind of SEO, no kind of website going, no kind of marketing, none of that going for yourself, you are not going to rank high enough to where they find your facility on Google. They're probably going to find your competitor who happens to be in business for longer than you, let's say 2, 3, 4, or 5 years longer than you. That's who they're going to go to, right? And those people have been able to build up a network and get reviews and get higher ranked. And so they're able to get more people through their door, more tours, more people seeing their facility, getting to know them, that awareness factor of the fact that they're there. And so if you're not doing this kind of stuff, you cannot expect your facility to be running and fully operational and think that this type of stuff doesn't need to be worked on. It does. And that is a mistake that a lot of operators do, where they don't take their marketing seriously. They don't put in the legwork. They don't put in the time. They don't make the phone calls. They don't send the emails. And it's a thing that I'm constantly seeing. It is a common denominator amongst a lot of these operators that come back and say, Serg, man, I tried it, but it just didn't work out. Well, when I start looking deeper into it, that's what it is. They didn't have enough resources. They didn't get enough clients into their home, right? Because you need those beds filled. And they don't have enough contacts. And they think that these contacts just come out of nowhere, out of blue, just thin air. But that's not the case. You really need to put the time and energy into doing this, because that is ultimately what's going to set you up for success, along with all the other things that I cover on this channel. I will be briefly talking a lot more about the real estate aspect of it, but this is something I see pretty commonly within a lot of operators. And then the things that I see with amongst successful operators is everything I just said. They go and they do all this. They build a network. They build a reputation. They do the SEO. They do all this. And they end up truly succeeding and always having a full home and getting the rates that they're wanting and more. You know, I've been talking with some of the operators that lease from me. And the truth is they put in a lot of time and energy into running and working on their business and not in their business. And so they put a lot of time getting resource, and they're expanding a lot. And it's great. I love to see that. And so with that being said, I hope that you guys take this video seriously and that you start really putting in the time and the energy to do so. And with that being said, I appreciate all the love and support. Make sure to go watch all the other videos up here, and make sure to subscribe, like if you have not yet. And with that being said, I'll talk to you all in the next one.